everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat. Oh boy, I'm excited. Are you ready for it? It's time for another CottageCutz hop. And not just any hop, a Valentine's Day CottageCutz hop. And this is one of the projects that I'm making to just encourage and get everybody excited about this hop because there are incredible ladies. We are all back from the original group except for one, and we each got to ask someone to join us this time. So there will be a total of 10 ladies, and the hop starts on February 2nd, and it goes from the 2nd to the 3rd, and then it will probably run, this is not set in stone, and everything will be made, positive closer to the date, but it'll probably run for about a week to give everybody time to watch the videos. And there will be lots of prizes given away, so mark your calendars for this. And here I just used my 1-2-3 punch board to make my envelope, and I used some of the paper from My Mind's Eye Love Me set. Now this was my first time using the 1-2-3 punch board and not just the envelope punch board, so don't follow what I did, because here you're supposed to, on the other one you have this little pokey thing and you line that up with your score mark. Well, on this one apparently you put that scored line in between the two little pokey things, so don't do what I did. This is one of these examples where it gives you a book and you should read it, but I didn't, kind of thing. So let's just keep on rolling, folks. I use my 1/4-inch score tape and put a little on each side, and then I just burnish it down real good. And I love this score tape. I mean, I like the 1/2 inch and stuff, but that 1/4 inch is my absolute favorite. And what I'm going to use for my project today is from CottageCutz, and it's called Forest Peakers Lion and Monkey. And I'm just taking my inks here and I'm inking everything up. Here I'm using Tim Holtz Worn Lipstick and my favorite blending tool from Little Acres Creation. I am I have 2 now, and they sit both on my desk, and I just sit and look at them when I'm not using them. And then when I use them, I think how much I love them because they feel so good in my hand. And getting my next color, which is my ground Expresso, and inking up the darker colors. And I am using my new sticky board, magnetic sticky board, but I didn't use the magnet part, just the front. And I had used mine for so many things and I colored on it and everything, so it was a mess, and I ended up so I already changed the paper once. I don't think you have to do it every time, so I just used it till it was a mess and then started over. And I have a video on how I made them, or at least how I show you I did and tell you how I did it. So I'll try to link that in the bottom. It's pretty self-explanatory. And just finishing inking up all of the darker parts. And because this is for Valentine's Day, I decided to give my lion a pink mane. And now we're going to go to tea dye for the lighter parts. And what I did was, by the time I got it cut out, now remember I told you I messed it up, so it's 2 3/4 by 4 1/8, so which makes it bigger than what I had anticipated because I just wanted it for a gift card. But it's actually a happy mistake because it gives me the chance I'll put a note in there with it, and I'll use one of my dies that cut the little slits for a gift card, and then I can write on the back and it gives me a little more room. And so now I'm just getting all my pieces together, and I've got my package over to my left, so I've got my little reference picture, because if you notice, I almost like started gluing the head down and forgot the mane, but I caught myself, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness. I'd have been really upset with myself. Putting my little muzzle on now, and here I'm gonna put, these are tiny little dots, and I mean tiny, for the ears. Now they also had them, and they looked like they were for the eyes. Normally the CottageCutz die puts little divots where your eyes go. I normally just use my black Glaze Pen, and I'm putting my nose in there. But this time I decided to go ahead and use those teeny weeny eyes. And the next time I might even think about using googly eyes, because I really think they would have been cute too. And I'm actually going to probably give this to my husband. He's one of these people that, you know, I can go out to eat and he's fine. Go ahead, go out to eat with your friends, do what, you know, that kind of stuff. But that man will not go out to eat and spend money on himself, because that's just how he is. And so what I do is I started getting him gift cards, because he's been working some really long hours. And this way, since he has the gift cards, he has to use them. I'm like, don't mess with me. There's always a way around it, and I will find it. And so I'll probably give this to him with a couple gift cards in it. And since I made it bigger, there's definitely room for him. Now here I just did a computer-generated sentiment, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, so I went ahead and cut them both out. They say the exact same thing. One's just bigger than the other one, and I end up, you know, I'm trying them out, and like, which one, and let me get the lion in there and stuff. But I end up going with the smaller of the two, and it says, I'd be lying if I said I didn't love you. I'm like, I'm a sucker for puns. I can't help it. And so I didn't cut it down to the right size. I just wanted to be able to make sure that I could center the sentiment first, and then I can trim off the ends. Made sure that I only put the glue in the middle so I could slide my lion up under a little bit so that his paws can go on top of the sign, like he's just kind of resting them there. But normally with the eyes, I use my black Glaze Pen. I think you guys have seen me use it a bazillion times, and it drove me crazy. I still use my black Glaze Pen. I couldn't help myself. I just went over the little black dots that I put on. So if you have a black pen, you know, you don't necessarily have to use those teeny little eyes, you know. So think about, you know, using a black Glaze Pen or a black gel pen, or, you know, wiggly eyes or something like that, because he would look really cute with wiggly eyes too. Excuse me. So there I am. I'm just putting the black gel on his little eyes and nose, and that makes them shiny. And I'm just using my 0.1 Copic multi-liner to line up his whiskers so they stand out a little more, and then just the little line below his nose and his mouth. So, you know, I'm not doing a lot to him because I've already inked him, so he's adorable. And here I'm going to come in with my white Glaze Pen and put the dots. Now you won't be able to tell right now because it goes on milky, but it will turn white when it dries. And I'm showing you there that, you know, any gift card would fit in it. And I think that because I made it so big, there's room for a couple actually. Alright guys, remember to practice your CPR, craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today, and happy crafting. Happy Valentine's Day. Remember to mark your calendars. Bye.